Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and I'm so excited to be sharing this beautiful stamp with you from STAMPlorations today. It's created by a friend of mine. Her name's Deepti, and she creates under Dee's Artsy Impressions. And I've got a couple of stamps that I have some cards coming up over the next short while to share with you. But I'm starting with this one. It's called Blossom Sprays #1. And I'm going to be doing some Inktense watercolouring. This is by request. I've had requests to actually do some more colouring with my Inktense pencils, so they're out and I'm watercolouring and I'm really enjoying it. These don't live on my desk. I actually keep them in a drawer, and I think that's a bit of the problem. I forget that they're there. So thank you for reminding me. I have stamped the image on this is some Bristol Smooth cardstock. So it does tolerate some water, but not as much as watercolour cardstock will. But that's the good thing about Inktense pencils, is you don't actually need a lot of water to activate them. I've used some Onyx Black VersaFine ink, and I did use my Misty too, just so I can do a couple of impressions, because even though it's a smooth cardstock, it is a large stamp, and I just thought that gave me a little bit of security, and I don't like to waste good cardstock. So I add my colour in a couple of different ways, and in this design I actually add it in 3 different ways. So I either add the pencil or the ink directly to the paper or the cardstock and then use water to activate it. The other way that I add colour is by wetting my paintbrush, touching the tip of the pencil, like the lead of the pencil, and then using the ink that's picked up, or a lead, I'm not sure what to call it, because it's kind of like an ink. This is a bit of an unusual sort of watercolour, this one. I actually pick it up off the tip of the pencil and paint it down with the brush. The other technique that I use, and you'll see this a little bit later in the image, is that I actually add it like a pencil. I colour directly over the image with it like a pencil. So I'll list all the pencils that I've used today over at my blog. The link will be in the description below, and that includes a link to Deepti's blog and STAMPlorations, where you can see more of her wonderful creation. I'll be back real soon. Alright, so I'm going to work on my sentiment now, and this is from a penny black set which is called Sprinkles and Smiles, and I've got a piece of grey cardstock. It's called it's one of the American Crafts ones, and it's called Stone, and I've cut it down to the same size as the front of my card. I'm using my Misty to stamp on it because it doesn't take ink as well as my white smooth cardstock, so at least then I can just stamp this a couple of times, and I did need to do that on this image. Actually, I think I need to re-ink my VersaFine ink pad. I just use it all the time, that little one. Alright, so I've got a top fold landscape card, and I'm just using my ATG to adhere the sentiment panel, or the whole, you know, the card front on the front. Oh god, spit out the words! To adhere the panel on my card front, and then I've cut a little piece of black and white cardstock. This is from the MFT's black and white paper pad, and I have popped that up with some black fun foam just so it gives a little bit of dimension to the card. I've got some white fun foam that's exactly the same height as the other one, and I'm just adhering my little bouquet that I have fussy cut with a small white border. I just thought that having the white, black and white panel did help tie the two together. And as a final touch, I have added a few jewel drops, some Nouveau jewel drops, so the Morning Dew and the Periwinkle, Pale Periwinkle. And that's my finished card for today. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back again real soon with another card using the Blossoms, one of the Blossom Sprays stamp sets from Deepti. So I look forward to seeing you then. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.